we see that Jesus came on the scene and said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. And God has anointed him to preach the gospel and heal the sick, and to those that are lame can walk and the blind can see. The Spirit of the Lord is upon him. See, again, the anointing comes there and people hear you. They'll say, who is this? How is he so powerful? How does he know these things? Except God is with him. There's a spiritual way that we as human beings, we really know certain things that are dormant in us because we're made in God's image. We have some of him in us. So when somebody comes and speaks, it just bears witness for the truth that we of God's Spirit that we already have in us. When you hear somebody else, it bears witness. That's how you know. In other words, a lot of preachers and a lot of prophets and a lot of people are really telling you, a lot of us, what we already know, what we already have in us. They just stir the pot. They just stir it and make it come to the surface. That's how you know it's true, because the very God, his Spirit is in us. Basically, we're created in his image. And then when somebody speaks from outside, he's bearing witness of the very God that's already in us. But some people are blind by iniquity. They're blind by sin. They're blind by the spirit of disbelief. They're blind by the spirit of witchcraft, or whatever the case may be. And they're not able to see God for who he really is because they have been blinded. But if you remove that blinder off, they can see spiritually that this is a message from God, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to check the time again. All right. So we're moving right along. So the anointing is what breaks the yoke. The anointing is what we need in these men that so-called say they're Christian, they're pastors, and they're saved. This thing about mechanically putting a man in a position, he could be up there as a deacon. I mean, maybe they can vote on him, but it's not necessarily mean that they're anointed. You can be installed as a bishop, doesn't necessarily mean you're anointed. You can be installed as a female bishop, but it doesn't mean the Spirit of God is with you. It doesn't mean the Spirit is there. It's just you up there. Okay? And so if we look at the order of the way God wrote things, we will want to stick with that, because